Namaste, welcome you all to my channel Dr. Mahesh speaking. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amruta Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. I welcome you all to my channel, Dr. Mahesh speaking, and for joining me. I thank you all for joining me for this Charaka Samhita Pathana. So, those who are joining me for the first time, you can just go to my channel and you can watch other videos. They are already there. And if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And also, as I told last time, during the session, if at all you have any questions, queries, you can write me in the comment section, that if possible during the session only I can try to answer, or if any questions are there, like in future sessions we can discuss about them. So we'll continue with where we stopped last time. So in last session we discussed about in detail about Samanya Vishesha and all. So now we'll go to the fifth session of Deerganjeeviteeya Adhyaya, that is Sattvam Atma Shariram Cha Trayam Etat Tridandavat Lokasthishtati Sanyogat Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam Sapumas Chetanam Tacha Tachadikaranam Smutam Vedasya Asya Tadartam Hi Vedo Ayam Samprakashitaha. So what it means? Sattvam Atma Shariram Cha Trayam Etat Tridandavat. Sattva, Atma and Sharira. These three are like three danda. Danda means pillars or poles which hold something on it. Like for example, if I am sitting on a chair, means the legs of chair on which I am sitting. So like that, these are the three pillars of the living being. So these are life. These are the three pillars of life. So they are called as three danda. Sattvam Atma Shariram Cha Trayam Etat. These three are called as three danda vat. They act like three main pillars of life. Loka Tishtati Sanyogat Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam. So Loka, like the life or living, all the living beings are existing because of the Sanyoga of these three. The Sanyoga of Sattva, Atma and Sharira. So Sanyoga of these three is responsible for the existence of Loka. Loka means whatever we see surrounding us, everything is considered as Loka. Okay. Sanyogat Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam. Tatra means in that Loka only. Tatra means in that Loka. Sarvam Pratishtitam. Everything is existing in that Loka only. It is said like everything means what we do, what we have done, the karma phala, all those things are existing in our existing, what we can call Loka. So, what is said? Lokas Tishtati Sanyogat. So, by the Sanyoga or because of the Sanyoga of Sattva, Atma and Sharira, these three danda, Loka is existing, life is existing, and entire universe is existing. In that universe, whatever we want, Icha, Sukha, Dukkha, all those things, Karma Phala, Karma, all those things are existing in this Loka. Okay, Sarvam Tatra Pratishtitam. Tatra means Loka. In Loke, Sarvam Pratishtitam. In that Loka, everything is existing. Sapumans Chetanam Tacha. Sapuman means that is a person. Like Puman means not necessarily that it's a male. It is Puman means a person. Okay, here we have to consider it as like a common noun, group, as a group we call. No? So all living beings are considered as Puman, that is Purusha. Chetanam Tacha. So for this Sattva, Atma, Sharira, in this, who is Chetana? Purusha is Chetanavan. The living person is called as Chetanavan. Tacha Adhikaranam Smrutam Vedasya Asya. Veda means this Ayurveda. Asya means is this. Is Ayurveda ka Adhikarana kaun hai? Who is the Adhikarana? That Chetanavan Puman. So the living being is the Adhikarana of Ayurveda. Tadartam hi Vedo Ayam Samprakashitaha. For his person or for that purpose, for that person's purpose or for that Chetana Purusha, this Ayurveda is explained, because that Chetanavan Purusha is the Adhikarana for the administration or the application or following of Ayurveda. Who is going to follow? That person, Chetanavan Purusha, or living person is going to follow that one. So for that purpose, the Ayurveda is explained, and it is explained in detail. That is what is said in this quotation. Sattvam Atma Shariram Cha Trayam Meta Tridandavat Lokas Tishtati Sanyogat Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam. Sapumams Chetanam Tacha Tachadikaranam Smutam Vedasya Asya Tadartam Hi Vedo Ayam Samprakashita. Because of that, or for that purpose, Ayurveda is explained. Let us see what in commentary it is said. Samprati Samanya Vishesha Abhidhaya Uddesha Kramanu Rodad Guno Abhidatave. Samprati, as the successively, or what you can call respectively, they are orderly, they are explained. After Samanya and Vishesha, as it is said, Samanyam cha Vishesham cha Gunam Dravya, like it is said. So after Samanya and Vishesha, Uddesha Anukramanu Rodat Gune Abhidatave. So in that order, if we consider what is to be explained, Guna is to be explained. But Guneshu Pradhana Bhuta Ayurveda. Why Guna is to be explained? Guneshu Pradhana Bhuta Ayurvedopakaryam Sattvam Martha Sattvam Atma Sharira Sanyoga Vaktum Maha. So if Gunas are explained in that Samanya Vishesha Guna and all, in that for what purpose these Gunas and all are going to be used? Means Adhikarana of those Guna is what? That is this Tridanda, that is the life, the Sattva, Atma and Sharira Sanyoga. So Guneshu Pradhana Bhuta Ayurveda Upakaryam, that is Guna are very important for the administration or the outcome of, positive outcome of Ayurveda. We use the Gunas. So where we use? We use in Sattva, Atma, Sharira Sanyoga, that is in Chetanavan Purusha. So that is why it is explained first. That is why Sattvam Ityadi. So that is why this Sattvam Ityadi quotation is said. Kimva, another meaning is Kimva Samanya Visheshabhyam Eva Hetulinga Aushadhani Darshitani Samanya Visheshavata Eva Sarvatra Karanatvat Lingatvat Cha Etavadeva Vicharyamanam Tantram Bhavati Adhikaranam Cha Navuktam Atha Satvadi Melakam Hetvadi Adhikaranam Aha Sattvam Ityadi. So what is said? Samanya Visheshabhyam Eva Hetulinga Aushadhinam Darshitani. So Samanya Vishesha etc. are explained for considering Hetulinga Aushadha Jnana. So Samanya Visheshavata Eva Sarvatra Karanatvat Talingatvat Cha Etavat Vicharyamanam Tantram Bhavati. So Samanya Vishesha, these all are very important in all aspect of administration of Ayurveda. So that is why they are explained. But where they are going to be used, that is not explained. Where they are used, where these Gunas and all, Samanya Guna and all are used, applied, that is not explained. So Adhikaranam cha navuktam. Adhikarana means where they are to be used, that is not explained. So that is why Atha Sattwadi Melakam. Sattva, Atma, Sharira. Melaka means Sanyoga. What? Chetanavan Purusha. Hetwadi Adhikaranam Aha. So Hetulinga Aushadha Jnana, Samanya Vishesha, Guna, all these, whatever we are going to use, where we are going to use them, that is so far not explained. So that is why in this, before explaining Guna, I am this Sattva, Atma or Tridanda, this is explained. That is Chetanavan Purusha is explained first. How it starts? It starts from Sattvam Ityadi. Sattvam Manaha. Sattva means Mana. Now here Sankhya is already explained. Sankhya, when we read them, Sattva, Atma, Sharira, it becomes 3. But why still the number 3 Danda is said? Sankhya Nirdeshadeva Sankhyayam Labdhayam Triyam Iti Padam Militanam Eva Grahanartam. See what is said? Sankhya Nirdeshanadeva. Sankhya Nirdeshana. Why 3 Danda is said? Sankhayam Labdhayam. When we count them, Sattva, Atma and Sharira, when we count them, they become 3. But still, Trayam iti padam militanam eva grahanartam. So why this again Trayam, that is Trayam meta Tridanda, what word is used? Because they are to be considered together. They are inseparable. If they are different, if they are separate, then there will be no life. So that is why every time when it is said Chetanavan Purusha, at that time we have to consider them all together, all the 3 as one. So that is why it is said Trayam iti padam militanam eva grahanartam. So 3 Danda we have to use. So that is for that purpose, all the three, even though on count they become three, but still Trayam Metat Tridandavat is said. Tridandaha Paraspara Sanyoga Vidritaha Kumbadi Dharakas Tadvat. Like Sanyoga of these three, like a pillars. Kumbadi Dharaka means stand for putting a pot or something like, as I told, like chair. We have four legs, like if at all three legs are there, then that stand, how that becomes Adhara for that. That is why these three are called as Danda, Tridanda. Yetena यथा त्रिदंडे अन्यतमापाये न अवस्थानं तथा सत्वादीनाम् अन्यतमापाये अपि न लोक स्थितिर इत्युक्तं भवति. So यथा त्रिदंडे, in that three pillar wala stand, in that stand of three leg stand, if any one of the leg gets damaged, or if it falls away, or if falls off, or it gets damaged, or it is not there, then what happens? There will be no avasthana. That stand will not be there and it cannot hold the pot. Okay, likewise, Sattvadinam Anyatamapaye, among Sattva, Sharira and Atma, Sattva, Atma, Sharira, if anything gets separated, then Loka Sthiti, na Loka Sthiti Ityuktam Bhavati. So there will be no Loka. So the universe, the life cannot exist without, if any one of these three pillars gets damaged or it misses. So that is why it is given similarly to that of a stand with three legs. So etena yatha tridandam anyatamapaye na avasthanam. When any leg is missing, then it will not be holding that pot. Similarly, sattva, atma, sharira, in these three, if anything gets damaged or if it misses, then there will be no scope for life. So that is why it is said. Lokataha alokata iti lokaha. Alokata means what we see surrounding us. That is loka. But tena iha jangamo bhutagrama uchyate. So by that, what we have to consider? All the living beings we have to consider in that loka. संयोगास् तिष्ठति परस्परोपग्रहात् संयोगात् स्वार्थ क्रिया कुर्वन् विषकलितं भवति. So what it is said, संयोगास् तिष्ठति means when these three come together because of paraspara means they are mutually understanding, or they are like mutually dependent. When these three come together, at that time they become able to perform their karma or their actions without any disturbance. Kurvan na vishakalitam bhavati. It will not get, what you can call vishakalitam means disturb nahi hota ya miss nahi hota, muhe we call like that. So it exists, the life or the activities exist. Atra tu prutak indriya grahanam na kritam sharira grahaneneva grahitatvat. Here in previously Sharira Indriya Sattvatma Sanyogadharya Jivitam, there Sharira Indriya are separately explained. There it is said Indriya are very important, so that is why Indriya is separately explained. But in this context, as Tridanda word is used, so in that Sharira means we need to consider Sharira Grahaneneva Grahitatvat. So as while explaining Ayu, it is said that Indriya are explained separately. But here they are not explained separately. Atra tu Prutak Indriya Grahanam na kritam. Separately, Indriyas are not explained because Sharira Grahaneneva Grahitatvat. In Sharira only they are considered. That is, Indriya will be there in Sharira. Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam iti. Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitam. There everything exists means Tasmin Loke Karma Faladi Vyavasthitam. In that loka only all our karma and karma phala all are existing. As said in Sharirasthana Yadvakshati. Atra karma phalam cha atra jnanam cha atra pratishthitam atra moha sukam dukkam jivitam maranam swataha. Atra means in this loka only what and all are present? Karma phala, our actions and their fruits, outcomes, whatever, good, bad, whatever it is. Jnana tatra pratishthitam tatra moha, atra moha. Moha is also there, sukha is also there, dukkha is also there, life is also there, and death of an individual is also existing in that loka. That is the meaning of Tatra Sarvam Pratishtitaha. That is the meaning. Sa Pumaniti Tat Sattwaditrayam Pumaniti Bhanyate. So when the Sattva, Atma and Sharira come together, that Sanyoga takes place, that is called as Puman. Puman means, I told you, living being. Life. Not as a male we have to consider. It's not like Puman means not particularly male. Tachadikaranam Smritam Tantrasya Asya Tatra tachadikaranam smrutam tantrasya ityatra hetumaha. Why that hetu? Tantra adhikarana. Adhikarana, why it is said Tridanda? That is the meaning. Why it is said like that. Tadartham hi ityadi. It is said, sir. Tadartham hi, like that it is said. Tadartham iti tad upakarartham. Tad upakarartham means that puman, for the upakara of that living being, for the well-being of that living being, this Shastra is explained. So that is why that living being is, or that living person is, the adhikarana of Ayurveda. Etena taduddishya pravrittir adhikaranartham na adhararte darshayati. So it is not adhara. The Purusha is not adhara for, or this Chetna of the Purusha is not considered adhara, but adhikarana. Adhikarana means where it is used. Atra sattvam adau kritam tad adhinatvat atma sharira kriyaya. Why sattva is explained first? Why sattva is explained first? Tad adhinatvat atma sharira kriyaha means atma independently without mana cannot act. It becomes nishkriya, akriya. So that is why it is said yaduktam achetanam kriyavaccha manasaschetaitaparaha. So chetana, when it mixes with mana, then it becomes kriyavan. Yuktasya manasa tasya nirdishyant atmanaha kriyam. So when mana comes together with atma, then the atma becomes kriyavan. So that is why sattva is explained first instead of atma. Atracha atma grahanena buddhi ahankaradinam grahanam. So atma means, as I told, as it is explained previously, sharira means indriya also considered. Atma means buddhi, ahankara, all those are to be considered. Sharira grahanena indriyanam arthanam cha sharira sambandhanam grahanam vakyayam. So sharira, considering by sharira what we are considering sharira indriya also. Simultaneously not only indriya, the sharira, indriya arthas also to be considered. By that we have to consider. So next is khadin atma manaha kalo dishascha dravya sangraha sendriyam chetanam dravyam nirendriyam achetanam. So these are the nava karana dravyas. These are called as nava karana dravyas. These are the 9 dravyas which are responsible for the existence, for the occurrence of the life and other things, living and non-living things on this earth or in the universe, whatever we can call. Khadini atma manaha kalo dishascha dravya sangraha sendriyam chetanam dravyam nirendriyam achetanam. Kha adi, that is panchamahabhutas, atma, mana, kala and disha. These are called as dravya sangraha. These are called as nava karana dravyas. Sendriyam chetanam dravyam nirendriyam achetanam. So the karya dravyas, which are the products of these nava karana dravyas, they are further categorized into 2, chetana dravya and achetana dravya. Which are chetana dravyas? The dravyas which have indriya, means which can perceive, which have senses, which can perceive things, they are called as chetana. Which cannot perceive because they don't have indriya, they are called as achetana. That is why I have added in that, thumbnail I have added plants have senses, question mark. So even modern studies have proved that. So the chetana dravya are those which have senses and they can perceive the impulses, whatever arthas they come across. And achetana are those which are not having indriya and which cannot perceive anything. Samprati gunavidanam karma prapti ullangya dravyani nirdishata gunadarataya dravyasya pradhanyam uchyate. See again. So previously what is said, adhikara was needed, where we are going to use this hetu, dinga aushadha, samanya vishesha and all, guna and all. So that is why the adhikarana for that, so guna is not explained. So that sattvam atma tridandam, that is explained. Now again here also, after that also guna are not explained. Because what it is said, guna dharataya dravyasya pradhanyam uchyate. The adhara for guna, the existence of guna is only in dravya. Without dravya, there cannot be guna. So that is why first dravya explained. Sutrecha, that is previously in previous sessions we had this. Samanyam cha vishesham cha gunam dravyam, like it is said. Ityado gunadau nirdishata gunanam eva rasadinam prayaha shastre karmukatvam upadarshate. So in Shastra what is said, even rasadis are explained, how they work, which dosha shamana they do, which dosha prakopa they do. All those are explained based on the gunas that are present in that. Same rasa, madhura rasa, if it is Ushna Virya, does different karma. If it is Shita Virya, it does different karma. If it is Ruksha, it does different karma. If it is Snigdha, it is going to do different karma. So all that karmukatvam upadarshate, that action of the dravya or rasa is explained based on gunas. Ata evam atre badrikapiye madhuradi rasadwara sarva gunan karmani cha dravyasya vakshati. So madhuradi rasa, madhuraskanda and all are explained there. Whatever karma they are explaining, they are explained based on the gunas existing in that particular rasa. So because of that, the karma is explained. Kimcha sarva pradhanam yajjivitam tadeva sanyoga guna rupam iti agre atra guna grahanam. So what is said in that Sarirendriya Sattvatma Sanyoga. So Sanyoga is considered as one of the guna. So because of that, what another meaning is Sanyoga. Guna is already explained. So that is why Sanyoga is to be considered as guna. So that is why it is not, we are not neglecting it. We have explained guna. It is very important. So that we have explained. Vishesha guna we are going to explain later, which are dependent on dravya. Okay. So that is what it is said. Kimcha sarva pradhanam yajjivitam tadeva sanyoga. What is very important for the life, for the living is sanyoga guna rupam ityagre. Sanyoga. Sanyoga is guna, which is explained in the form of guna, which is explained in the form of sanyoga. Attatra guna grahanam. So that sanyoga is to be considered as guna. Sacha sanyoga gunaha sattvatma ityadinam pratamam muktam evaha. Sattvatma sanyoga tari jivitam. There only it is explained. So that is why that guna is already explained. Vishesha guneshu tu dravyam pradhanam iti dravyam uchyate. So Vishesha gunas like Ruksha Guna, Snigdha Guna, all these are dependent on the Mahabhuta and Dravyas. The combination, permutation combination of Mahabhutas, existence of Mahabhutas in a particular Dravya is going to determine different gunas. They are called as Vishesha Gunas. So those Vishesha Gunas are completely dependent on Dravya. So that is why now Dravya is explained, later gunas are explained. Vishesha Guneshu tu Dravyam Pradhanamiti. For Vishesha Gunas, Dravya is important. So that is why here Dravya is explained. How it starts? Khadini ityadau. It starts as Khadini. Khadin atmadau. Khadini ityadau atma kasmat pradhana bhuto api pratamam nauktam. Among Khadini atma manaha, here in this quotation, even though atma is very important, pradhana bhuto api pratamam nauktam, why it is not explained first? So uchyate sharirasya iha vaidya arogya adhikaranataya pradhanatvat tad arambakani khadini eva uchyate na atma. So what is the adhikarana or the shelter for vyadi and arogya, disease and well-being of an individual? That is sharira. Okay, so what are responsible for the formation of sharira? Pradhanatvat means sharira pradhanatvat tad arambakani. What are responsible for the occurrence, for the origin of sharira? Kha adini. So that is why Mahabhutas are explained first, not Atma. Tasya nirvikaratvat, because Atma is said to be nirvikaraha parastu Atma. So Atma is not having any vikara. Atma is nirvikara. So there will be no role of chikitsa. So what is the adhikarana for chikitsa? Sharira. So what is responsible for the occurrence of sharira? Mahabhuta. So that is why first Khadini, that is Mahabhutas are explained, then Atma is explained. Khadini cha Mahabhutani kham vayur agnirabha stitistata iti anena kramena uktani. They are to be considered in that way only. Kramena, they are to be considered kramena, in order, because bhutani anagata avekshanena uchyate, because remaining Mahabhutas in that order they require the existence of previous Mahabhuta. For Vayu, Akasha is needed. For Agni, Akasha and Vayu is needed. For Apa, like you all have seen that the origin of Mahabhutas, where previous Mahabhutas are very important. So that is why they require previous Mahabhuta for their existence. So that is why they are explained in the order and they are to be considered like that only. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apah, Kshiti, like that. Okay, they are to be considered. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, and Bhumi. They are to be considered like that. Dravya Sangra iti Dravya Sangra word is used. So Dravya Sangra iti Karacharana Haritaki Trivrit Adi Asankeya Veda Binnasya Karya Dravyasya Karana Dwara Sankshepa Ityartaha. So Dravya Sangra means all Dravya. Karana Dwara means by these Navat Karana Dravya, all the Karya Dravyas are explained or to be considered by that Dravya Sangraha. So what it is? Kara Charana, that is Kara Charana legs. Haritaki, see, body parts, the medicines, Haritaki, Trivrit, Ashankeya Veda Binnasya, innumerable different types of Karya Dravya are there. They are to be considered under the Karadana Dravya, like Dravya Sangraha. In that only they are to be considered. Sarva Karya Dravyanam api Vyavastam aha. So all the Karya Dravyas, how they are understood. Vyavastha means how they are arranged, how they are to be understood, how they are to be studied. कैसे समझना चाहिए उनको, कैसे समझना चाहिए? That is what is Sendriyam इत्यादि. Sendriyam, here it is said, no? Sendriyam Chetanam Dravyam, Nirindriyam Achetanam. That Sendriyam इत्यादि. So atra Sendriyam Chetanam itteva avate itteva एतैर अर्थापत्या निरीन्द्रियम अचेतनम इति लब्धे अपि पुनस्तद्वचनम एवं भूत अर्थापत्तेर अनेकांतिकत्वात् बोद्धव्यम. So what is said? Sendriyam chetanam. If we apply arthapatti, what happens? Nirindriyam achetanam. It will give that meaning, isn't it? If we apply arthapatti. But still then, why it is explained separately, Nirindriyam achetanam, why this word is used? Punastadvachanam evam bhuta arthapattir. This type of arthapatti has got anekanta understanding, different kind of understandings it can give. So that is why both are explained. Sendriyam chetanam, Nirindriyam achetanam. They are separately explained. Acharyas have not told, not said and closed Sendriyam chetanam. So understand yourself like Nirindriya or Achetana. They have not closed it. They have explained both because Arthapatti can give multiple meanings. With the example, Chakrapani says, Yata Navajvare Divasopnadi Nishiddham. Yata Navajvare Divasopnadi Nishiddham. In Navajvara, Divasopna, Abhishyandi Ahara, Guru Ahara, isn't it? These all are Nishiddha. It means Arthapatti, if we apply, what happens? In Jirna Jara, Divasopna, all those can be done. That is all. Artha Jirne Jare Tada Padyate means, can we consider these are allowed in Jirna Jara? Na Chayeva. Tatra Tesham Divasopnadinam Nishiddhatvat. Even in Jirna Jara also Divasopna etc. are contraindicated. They are contraindicated. So that is why everywhere Arthapatti will not give same meaning. So that is why they have separately explained Sendriyam Chetanam, Nirindriyam Achetanam. Why? Tasmat Trivida Shishya Buddhi Hitataya Iha Api Saksha Devochate. So Trivida Shishya Buddhi means Pravara, Madhyama and Avara. Pravara Buddhi, Madhyama Buddhi, Avara Buddhi. So for all these, maybe just by saying Sendriyam Chetanam Dravyam, by saying that Pravara Buddhi people can understand, oh, Nirindriya is Achetana, but it may not be. It is not always possible. So different types of mindset people, buddhi level people, it will not be clear. So that is why it is said Tasmat Trivida Shishya Buddhi Hita Taha Iha Hitataha Yohyam Api Sakshadeva Uchate. So that is why they are directly explained. Yadyapi cha Atma eva Chetano na Shariram na api Manaha Yaduktam. As Sharira is not Chetana, Mana is also not Chetana, Atma itself is Chetana. Chetanavan yataschatma tataha karta niruchyate. And Chetanavan, Atma is Chetanavan and he, Atma itself is called as Karta. Iti tatapi, even then, even though Sharira, why it is given Khadini, Kha is explained because Sharira is important. Tatapi Salila Ushnavat Sanyukta Samavayena Sharirādyapi Chetanam. So why Sharira is called as Chetana? Because Salila Ushnavat. Jala, when we consider normal water, it is cold. If we heat it, it becomes Ushna Jala. Now that Ushnata, that heat of water is not because of water, it is because of Agni Mahabhuta. But it is there as with a Samavaya Sambandha. So that is why Jala is called as Ushna Jala. Jala plus Ushna, it's not called like that. It is called as Ushna Jala. So that is why Atma, Chetanavan Atma, when it comes into Sharira is called as Chetanavan. So Sharira Dapi Chetanam. Sharira Mana are also considered as Chetana when these three come together. Idameva Atmana Chetanatvam Yadindriya Yoge Sati Jnanashalitvam न केवलस्य आत्मनश्चेतनत्वं यदुक्तम. See what is said, idam eva cha atmana chetanatvam yadindriya yoge sati jnanashalitvam. That is, even though atma is chetanavan, but unless until there is indriya artha sanyoga, there will be no jnana. So with the sanyoga of indriya, jnana will be there. Na kevalasya atmanaschetanatvam, not by the Chetanavan Atma alone cannot gain any jnana. Atma jnaha karanair yoga jnanam tvasya pravartate. Karana. So for gaining jnana, knowledge of something, what is needed? Karana. Karana means tools. What are those tools? Indriya. Indriya, where they exist? They exist in Sharira. So that is why Atma, even though being Chetanavan, it becomes non-active. It will not be considered as, it cannot do any perceptions, it cannot do any actions in absence of Sharira. Atra Sendriyatvena Vrukshadinamapi Chetanatvam Bodhavyam. So Sendriyam Chetanam, Irindriyam Achetanam. So by Sendriya, what is to be considered? Even Vrukshadi, the plants, vegetation is also explained as Sendriya, and they are also explained as Chetanavan, life, living. So, as it is said, how to understand the Indriyas, existence of Indriyas in various plants. They have given some examples here, like Surya Bhaktaya Yata Yata Suryo Brahmati Tata Tata Brahmana Drig Anumiyate. So, Surya Bhakta is, we can call sunflower. Yeah, Surya Bhakta is sunflower. Sunflower Yata Yata Suryo Brahmati. As the sun moves, Tata Tata Brahmanat. As sun moves, accordingly the flower moves. Accordingly, the flower moves. So by this Brahmana, this Surya Brahmana and Surya Bhakta Brahmana, they move together. Drig Anumiyate, Drishti. Isn't it? Drigendriya, that is Darshanendriya, is there in Surya Bhakta, like that it is to be understood. Tata Lavali Megasthanita Sravanat Phalavati Bhavati. Lavali is a plant, which is Lavali plant. I'm not sure, I searched, but I was not able to find exactly what is Lavali means presently. If anybody knows, please write in comments. It will be for my knowledge also, it will help. So Lavali, Tata Lavali, Megasthanita Sravanat. Megasthanita means the thunders and all, the sounds produced by the clouds. Okay, those sounds, by hearing those Sravanat, by those sounds, Phalavati Bhavati, it starts fruiting. Lavali starts fruiting by hearing, by the sounds of clouds. So by that means, what is to be understood? Shravanendriya is to be understood. Bijapurakam api Shrigaladi Vasagandena Ativa Phalavad Bhoti. Bijapuraka means that maybe Citrus medica, maybe big one. Like those plants, when they get exposed to Shrigaladi Vasa, means wild animals Vasa, Gandha, their smell, no need to feed or no need to add into the soil. Just by their smell, Phalavad Bhavati, Ativa Phalavad Bhavati. It gives more fruits. It gives more fruits just by the smell of these Vasa of these Shrigala, etc. That is canyons. So by that, what is to be considered? Granendriya. Chutanamcha Matsyavasa Sekat Phaladhyataya Rasam Anumiyate. So Chuta means mango. Mango tree, when we add Matsyavasa to mango trees, so Phaladhyataya, it gives more fruits. It gives more fruits. By that, Rasanam Anumiyate. By that, it is understood that plant is having Rasanendriya. Actually, I suggested this, I discussed this with our Guna department faculty, and I was just telling, like, can we try this? Like, now we get, hybrid mango plants which fruit in 3 years or 4 years. Such we have to plant, and Matsyavasa, we can, like, even once in a 15 days or once in a month, can we just put dead fish into the soil like a manure and see one group with fish, another group without fish, like that. Whether is there any difference in the fruiting, like that? Can we try these type of things, like lavali megasthanita sravanat phalavati bhavati vijapurakam api, those such plants? Can we try and establish our understanding of like Ayurveda, what it says that these plants also have indriya? Can we establish that scientifically? Like that I was just discussing, and I don't know, they may be planning something. Ashokasya cha kamini padatala haita कामिनी पादतल हित सुकन सुखिनः स्तबकितस्य स्पर्शनानुमनम्. What is said? Ashokasya cha kamini पादतलाहित सुखिनः स्तबकितस्य स्पर्शनानुमानम्. What is said? Ashoka tree, when kamini tree, maybe we can call Rajaswala Sri, or what you can call Rutumati Sri, when she touches the plant, or when that lady goes near to the Ashoka plant, then Stabakitasya means it starts flowering more, it flowers more. So by that, Sparshananumanam tata, again Smritischa Anumanam Tadayati. So it also gives, these all six also give idea that plants have Smriti also. Because one time exposure, something we got exposed to cold, next time when we get exposed to similar thing, we should be able to understand that yes, it is cold. That means we have smriti also. So by this, smriti is also understood. That is what is explained in this commentary. Okay, hope that is clear. Now, gunas sartha gurvadayo buddhihi prayatnanta paradaya guna prokta. So these are the gunas. Sartha gurvadayo buddhihi prayatnanta paradaya guna prokta. Here sa artha, that is indriya arthas, gurvadi vimshati gunas, buddhi sukha dukkha ichha dvesha, all those things, prayatnanta paradaya parapara, all those things. These all are explained as gunas. Okay, samprati gunan nirdeshtum aha sartha ityadi. Now I am going to explain the gunas. How I am going to start? It is, the quotation is starting as sa artha ityadi. Anena trivida api vaisheshika samanya atma gunascha uddishtaha. So by this, three types of gunas are explained. Vaisheshika gunas, that is indriya gunas, samanya gunas, gurvadi gunas, and paradi gunas, vishay atma guna, buddhi, and up to prayat. These are considered atma gunas. Three types of vaisheshika guna, samanya guna, atma guna. Tatra artaha shabda sparsha rupa rasagandha yaduktam artaha shabdadayo jneya gochara vishaya gunaha etecha vaisheshikaha. So shabda sparsha rupa rasagandha, these are arthas, indriya arthas. These are the vaisheshika gunas. Yata, why they are vaisheshika? Because akasaseva shabdaha pradhanyena vayoreva sparshaha pradhanyena evam agnyadishu rupadaya. For Agni, Rupa, like that, others are to be considered. Anya gunanam cha anyatra darshanam bhutantaranu praveshat. So other gunas, other than these vaisheshika gunas, gurvadi gunas and all, they require permutation combination of all the mahabhutas. For the occurrence of those gunas, permutation combination of all the mahabhutas are needed. So that is why they are explained separately as samanya gunas. Which are vaisheshika gunas? Vaisheshika gunas are individual mahabhuta specific, individual indriya specific gunas, that is shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasagandha. These are explained as vaisheshika gunas. Gurvadayastu samanya guna. Gurvadayastu guru lagu shitoshna snigdha ruksha manda tikshna sthira sara mrudu katina vishada pichila lakshna kara sthula sukshma sandra drava vimshati yetecha samanya guna prithvivyadinam sadharanatva. In them, these all are determined by various permutation combinations of pancha mahabhutas. So that is why they are called as samanya gunas. Buddhihi jnanam anena smriti chetana dhriti ahankaradinam buddhi visheshanam grahanam. In this quotation, buddhihi means what are to be considered? Smriti, chetana, dhriti, ahankara. These are to be considered as buddhi visheshan. Prayatnante cha yesham nirdeshe te prayatnanta etena ichha dvesha sukha dukkha prayatnanam grahanam. These are atma gunas. Okay, Icha, Desha, Sukha, Dukkha, these are to be considered as Atma Gunas. In that, Icha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkam, Prayatnas, Chetana, Dhritihi, Buddhihi, Smriti, Ahankaro, Lingani, Paramatmana. These all are, what are they? They are Atma Gunas. In that, in this quotation, Buddhihi word is said. For that, what is to be considered? Chetana, Dhriti, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankara. Iha Chetanadinam Buddhi Grahaneneva Grahanam. Chetana, Dhriti, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankara. These are to be considered as when in the word Buddhi that is said in the main quotation, in that they are to be considered. Others, Icha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkha, Prayatna. These are considered under Prayatnanta. So these are Atma Gunas. Next is Paradi Gunas. They are also explained as Samanya Gunas. Paraparatve Yuktischa Sankhya Sanyoga Evacha Vibhagascha Prataktvamcha Parinamam Athapicha Samskaro Abhyasa Iti Ete Guna Prokta Paradaya. These are the Paradi Gunas which will come in future like topics, chapters we will discuss there. Iti Ete cha Samanya Guna api. These are also Samanya Gunas only. Na Ati Upayuktatvat. They are not used as Guruvadi Gunas. They are not so much used as predominantly Guruvadi Gunas are used in the management of any disease and all. So these Paradi Gunas are not so much used. Simultaneously, Buddhi Pradhanyat, these all are associated with the Jnana, Buddhi of a person. Pradhanyat cha ante proktaha. So that is why they are explained lastly. That is why they are explained lastly, not in Guruvadi. So Sartha, that is Indriyarthas, Visheshika Gunas, Guruvadi and Paradaya are Samanya Gunas, Buddhi, that is Buddhi, Dhriti, Ahankara, these all are Chetana, Dhriti, Buddhi, Smriti, Ahankara, these along with Icha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkha, Prayatna, these all are Atma Gunas. Prokta iti prakarshena Vishesha Gunatvadina Uktam. So Prokta means as they are also specific gunas pertaining to buddhi, but they are among samanya only. So that is why they are explained at last. So next is karma. Prayatnadi karma chestitam uchyate. Prayatnadi karma chestitam uchyate. See, very simple. Prayatna means prayatana. Prayatana means attempt. Whatever attempts we do, even what is said sukshmati sukshma prayatna of our atma or our sharira is called as karma. Okay, chesta, that is called as chesta, or whatever efforts we do to do something, that is called as karma. Adi shabda prakarvati. Prayatnadi means different types of actions, whatever we take. Tena samskara gurutvadi janya kritsna kriya virodha. So all types of actions, efforts we make, all are considered, avarodha means all are included under prayatnadi. Yadyapi chestitam Prani Vyapara Uchyate, Tatapiha Samanyena Kriya Vivikshita. So Prani Vyapara means all the efforts or actions of living being, they are called as Prani Vyapara. So that is why in general, commonly they are used as karma. As karma, they are explained. Chestita padeneva sarva karma labhe siddhe vamanadi karma nishede cha siddhe prayatnaditi padam sukshma prayatna rupa karma vyapitva Jyotanartham. Here, Chestita Padeneva Sarva Karma Labhe. When we consider Chestitam Uchyate, by this, all the karmas are included in that. That is proved, Siddhe. Vamanadi Karma Nishedecha Siddhe. Here, Vamanadi Karma etc. are not said. It's not like that. Prayatnadi iti in that word only, what is to be considered? Susukshma Prayatna Rupa Karma Vyapitva Jyotanartham. All even finest efforts, smallest efforts that we do to do something, that all efforts are considered as karma. So in that even Vamanadi Panchakarma or all the actions will be considered. Next is Samavaya. Samavayo aprutakbhavo bhumyadinam gunairmatah sanityo yatra hi dravyam na tatraniyato gunaha. Samavayo aprutakbhavo bhumyadinam gunairmatah. Samavaya means aprutakbhava. Prutakbhava means where two things can exist separately. So that is Prutak Bhava. Aprutak Bhava means two things cannot exist simultaneously. They cannot exist separately. They have to depend on each other. In that one will be Adhara, another will be Adheya. Okay. Bhumyadinam Gunairmataha. Like in Bhumi Adi Panchamahabhutas, Gunas, the existence of Gunas in Bhumi and all is considered as Samavaya. It is Aprutak Bhava. aprutak bhava. So in that, bhumi, adi mahabhutas or dravyas are adhara, guna is adheya, means which gives shelter is adhara, which is taking shelter is considered as adheya. So these two, shelter and the person, the one that takes shelter, both are having the samvaya sambandha, aprutak bhava. They cannot exist separately. Sanityo yatra hi dravyam. So sanityo, this samvaya, that samvaya sambandha is always nitya. It cannot be destroyed. It is always existing. Hi dravyam na tatra aniyato gunaha. But dravya are not nitya. Sorry, guna are not nitya. If the sambandha is nitya, that is what it says. Samvaya ityadi. Samvayasya cha ayam nirdesha eva lakshanam. Here, samvaya means what I am explaining? I am explaining lakshana only. It is to be understood as a lakshana. Tena uttaratra dravyadi lakshane punarasya lakshanam na kartavyam. After this context, nowhere I will be explaining. Wherever dravya, guna, karma, all those things will come, there I will not be explaining samvaya separately. Here only we have to understand that relation between dravya, guna, karma, guna and all, that as samvaya sambandha. Samvaya iti lakshana nirdesha. Aprutak bhava iti lakshanam. What is the lakshana of samvaya? What is the lakshana of samvaya? That is aprutak bhava, inseparable nature of two things. That sambandha is called as samvaya. Aprutak bhava ayuta siddhihi. That is saha eva avasthanam iti yavat. Means ayuta siddhihi. Ayuta siddhi means they cannot be separated. They cannot exist separately. That is saha eva avasthanam. Saha, always together. They stay always together. That is called as samvaya. Yata avayava avayavino, guna gunino, karma karmoto, samanya samanyoto, nahi avayavadin virahya avayavadayah upalabhyate. So here avayava is, for example, this is the avayava, one hand. Avayavi is the body. So without the body, this cannot exist. Hand cannot exist without that. Guna guninaha. What is the one that is having guna? Cannot exist without guna. Karma karmoto. Any action has to be there, means where it is there, the karmoto means the dravya is there, means karma is must in that. So if something is samanya is there, in that samanyavata means the one which is having that samanyata is called as samanya. That is avayava. Avayava avayavi. They cannot exist separately. अपृथक भाव विशेषेण भूम्यादीनां गुणान्मत इति भूम्यादीनां भूमि प्रकाराणां भूमिश्च भूयसाम् आधेयेन आधारः. See, that is what I told. These dravyas are adharas, not adheya. They are adharas. Tena adharatva udaharanartham muktah. See here in the bhumyadinam gunairmatah. Why bhumi word is used? Because largely speaking, bhumi is considered as, or mahabhutas are considered as adhara for all the adheya. Bhumishcha bhuyasam adeyanam adharaha. Adeya means the one which takes shelter. Adhara is the one which gives shelter. Tena adharat udaharanartham muktam. So that is why to explain adhara, bhumi is explained. Yato bhumer artaha sarve gurvadi paradyascha gunastata cha avayavi samanyaka karma or dharmanya api adeyani. Cha avayavi samanya karmanye api adheyani. So in this, bhumi is adhara, gurvadi gunas, paradi gunas, all these are considered as adheyas. Na itara dravya yatokta sarva adheya sampattihi. So in all other drugs, all other dravya, sarva adharata is not said. All dravyas cannot be adhara for everything. But bhumi is adhara for all gurvadi, paradi gunas and all. So that is why it is said in this quotation. Yetena bhumyadinam iti adharanam gunairiti apradanair adeyah. So bhumi adi, these are bhumi, akashavayu, these mahabhuta vikaras, they are considered as adhara. As gunas are adheya, so they are apradana. Adeyo hi adhara apekshaya pradhan. Adeyo hi adhara apekshaya apradana. When we compare the shelter adhara with that of adeya, which is taking shelter, so adhara is given prime importance. So adhara is pradana, adheya is apradana. Apradane cha guna shabdo yatha gunibhuto ayam iti apradanam ityartha. Gunibhuta means, that is why it is said guna is said to be adheya, apradana. Tena adharanam adheyer aprutak bhavah sa samvaya iti. So that inseparable relation or existence of Adhara with that of Adhyaya is called as Samavaya. Sanityeti Samavayo Avinashi. Samavaya, that relation, that existence is Avinashi. It is Nitya. Satyapi Samavayanam Dravyanam Nashe Samavayo na Vinashyati. See, even though Samavaya Dravya Nasha takes place, but Samavaya will not be lost. Why? Because Yatra Ityadi. Yatra Dravyam Niyatam Nityam Tat Yata. Dravya is always Nitya. Yatha Akasham. Na Tatra Nityam Akasho Aniyato Vinashi Gunaha. So Akasha is always Nitya. Okay, there will be no avinashi gunas. Kaschitcha iti. Further explanation is very clear, I think. Nitya vyamni parinamam api tavan nityam. Parinama means parimana, that is the space. Wherever akasha is there, akasha is nitya. So the guna parimana is the guna of akasha. So in this, two types of there. These are called as vyapaka dravyas. That akasha and all these are vyapaka dravyas, avyapaka dravyas. In this, both are nitya. Guna and Adhara and Adhyaya both are nitya. So nitya vyamni parimanam api tavan nityam. So in akasha, which is nitya, parimana, that's guna, is also nitya. Tata dravyatvam api akasha gatam nityam. So that is why akasha, what we consider as dravya, that is also nitya. Tata nityayor akashat gunayoho samvaya lakshanaha sambandho api nityaha. So that guna, parimana and the relation between parimana and akasha, that sambandha is also nitya. That samvaya sambandha is also nitya. Evam tatra samvayasya nityatve siddhe ekarupatvat samvayasya anyatrapi nityameva anyatrapi nityatvam. So as in this example it is explained that samvaya is always nitya. It is to be understood for ekarupatvat as an one example. So it is to be applicable to all. Everywhere it is to be considered like that. Nacha ashraya shabda nasho Samavaya Vinasha. So if Ashraya Shabda Dravya Nasha takes place, then Samavaya will not be destroyed. Yatha Go Vyakti Vinashe api Gotvasya Samanyasya na Vinasha. If one cow dies, then the Gotva and Go, they are separated now. That one Go died. That means entire Gokula, entire Gotva will not be lost. Okay. Like one amalaki, if we destroy the amla rasa and that amalaki, what samvaya sambandha they are having. So if one amalaki gets destroyed, then all the samvaya of all the amalaki will not be destroyed. So that is what is the meaning of this. Go Vyakti Vinashe api Gotvasya Samanyasya na Vinasha. Generally it will be not lost. Nitya Seva Samvayasya Tete Parthiva Dravyad Yasya Ya Nitya Seva Samvayasya Tete Parthiva Dravyad Ayastatra Tatra Venjaka Bhavanti Samanyasya Vaktavya. So like this, all the relation between Dravya and Guna, Karma and all, that is Nitya everywhere. Okay, in all Parthiva Dravya and all, it is to be considered. Some people consider this Samvaya Sambandha as two types. Annaistu Nitya Nitya Vedana Dvivida Samvaya Vakyat. Some people explain that Samvaya is Nitya Samvaya and Anitya Samvaya. But in this context, as we are dealing only with, we are saying that Dravya and Guna, Bhumyadinam Gunaireva, this Sambandha is always Samvaya, and we are claiming that Samvaya is always Nitya. So that is why that is not considered. This type of Nitya, Anitya, Samvaya is not considered in this text. Next is Yatrashita Karma Gunaha Karanam Samvayi Yat Tadravyam. Yatrashita Karma Gunaha Karanam Samvayi Yat Tadravyam. Where which is Ashraya for the Karma and Guna, which Ashraya, that Sambandha, where these Karma and Gunas exist or take shelter with the Samvaya Sambandha, and which are responsible for the identification or the picking of or the use of particular Dravya, that is called as Dravya. Yatrashita Yatra Samaveta, where they exist in Samvaya Sambandha. Karmacha Gunascha Karma Guna. Karanam Samvayi Yaditi Samvayi Karanam Yat. Dravyam Mevahi Dravya Guna Karmanam Samvayi Karanam. So, for the Karma and Guna, Dravya itself is Samvayi Karma. Samvayi Karanam Cha Yat Samvayi Karanam Cha Tad Yat Swasamavetam Karyam Janeti. Guna Karmani tu Na Swasamavetam Karyam Janeta. Ato Na Te Samvayi Karane. So, Why Dravya is said to be, this relation between Dravya and these are explained as Samavaya Karana. In this, Dravya is Samavaya Karana because Swa Samayetam, Swa Samavetam. On its own, it can take, it acts, it gives the results, it works. But Guna and Karma on its own independently cannot bring in any action. So they are not considered as Samavaya Karana for the picking up of or the administration or the functioning of a Dravya. Samavaitu nischesta karanam gunaha. Samavaitu nischesta karanam gunaha. So, what is guna now? Guna lakshanama. Samavai tu gunaha nischesta karanam. So, the guna, the one which is nischesta on its own is inactive. Something, guna is something which on its own is inactive, but it has samvaya sambandha with dravya and it is responsible for the administration of that particular dravya, that is karana, for the selection or the administration of that particular dravya. So that is why guna is having considered as samvaya karana for the picking up of that particular drug, and that is called as guna. Guna lakshana, samvaya ityadi. Samvaya iti samvaya adheya. See here, adhara adheya. Dravya is adhara. Here it is samvaya, but it is adheya. Guna is adheya. Tena vyapaka dravyabhyo निष्क्रियेभ्यो आकाशादिभ्यो गुणस्य व्यावृत्तिः न हि आकाशादय समवाय आदेयः. So here, as I told, vyapaka dravya, avyapaka dravya. In akasha, the guna, parimana and all, they are considered as samvaya. They are considered as samvaya and they are considered adhara, adeya, both they will be there. But here in dravya, here these are considered, gunas are considered as adheya. This samvaya is adheya, not adhara. तेन व्यापक द्रव्येभ्यो निष्क्रियेभ्यो आकाशादिभ्यो गुणस्य व्यावृत्तिः. So in this, the gunas that are associated with akasha and all, they are also considered. न हि आकाशादयः समवाय आदेयः. So but akashadi mahabhutas are not considered as adheya, they are adhara. Why? Because guna is always adheya, because guna cannot give shelter to anything else. In guna, there will be no guna, there will be no karma, isn't it? Guna means in guna there will be no guna, in guna there will be no karma. So that is why they cannot give any shelter to anything. So they are always adheya. They get shelter, they take shelter in dravya. So that is why they are called as adheya. Nirgatas chestaya nischestaya. Chesta nirgatya iti chesta nirgatya chayah chesta shunyatvam tata chesta vyatiriktam uchyate. So guna on its own have no karma. It is not having any action. So that is why that is so said to be nischestaha. Tena chesta rupat karmano vyavrittihi. So all karma are to be excluded from guna. In guna they will not be there. Okay, this not needed. This actually is I read many times. Many times I read, but it's very difficult. It is too deep to understand about. This is about that ashrayi and ashraya, vyapaka dravya, avyapaka dravya and all. So this is vibhu dravya, avibhu dravya, like that it is said. But on reading so many times, I was not able to understand it. And in this, for further understanding of this guna, no such things which are needed for us for present generation. Maybe as I found, it is not having any such things. So if you want to understand about this also, you can contact Samhita people and all who are expert. As I told, I'm not so expert in Sanskrit also. So that is why I'm just skipping this one. Next is karma lakshana. Sanyoge cha vibhage cha karanam dravyam ashritam. Kartavyasya kriya karma na anyat apekshit. So sanyoge cha vibhage cha karanam dravyam ashritam. The reason that is responsible for sanyoga and vibhaga, that is any action of a dravya for the administration, withdrawal, for increase of particular dhatu, decrease of particular dhatu. What karana is responsible for that which exists in dravya, that is called as karma. Kartavyasya kriya karma, which does that action, is called as karma. And karma na anyat apekshite. It never asks for anything else other than its ashraya. Okay, karma need not require anything else other than its dravya. So that is called as karma. What is karma lakshana here? Sanyoga ityadi. Sanyoge cha vibhage cha yugapat karanam. Simultaneously, it is karma is responsible for both sanyoga and viyoga. Dravyam ashritam iti swarupa matra katanam vyakheyam. Swarupa matra means just dravya is said, not examples. Examples are not explained here. Dravya vyavrittistu means in that only all dravyas are considered. Karma nanyad apekshet iti aneneva siddhaha. So karma will not require anything else other than its ashraya. So that is why it is said karma nanyad apekshet. Asyayamartho yatha कर्म उत्पन्नम स्वाश्रयस्य द्रव्यस्य पूर्वदेशे विभागो उत्तरदेश संयोगे च कर्तव्यो न अन्यत् कारणम पश्चात् कालात् भाव्यपेक्षते. Means one drug, when a dravya is administered at that time, its karma, whatever action is taking place, it need not require anything else other than dravya, its ashraya. That is what is karma na anyat apekshit. Dravyam tu यद्यपि संयोग विभाग कारणम युगपद भवति तथापि तदुत्पन्नम सद्यदा कर्मयुक्तम भवति तदेव संयोग विभाग कारणम. संयोग विभाग exactly not like mixing and separating. It is all the karmas that a drug does. So they happen simultaneously, as we saw, like if one dhatu vriddhi takes place, it may be acting on other dhatu also, like that simultaneously they act. So that type of karma. अतः कर्म शब्देन वमनादीनां तथा अदृष्टस्य तथा क्रियाश्च अभिधीयमानत्वात् कस्य कर्मणा इदं लक्षणम इति आह. So here what is said, which karma, it is lakshana of which type of karma, because karma are like vamanadi karma. As I told, sanyoga vibhaga means it's not necessary that separation, mixing and all, that is not. Adrishtasya, there are two types of karmas, that is vamanadi karma and adrishta karma. Okay, tata kriya abhideyamanatvacha. So these type of karma are there. So this lakshana is of which type of lakshana, which type of karma? Kartavyasya kriya karma iti etena kriya rupasya karmana idam lakshanam na adrishtaderiti. The one action for which we have reasons. This is the karma for which we have reasons. Means satkaryavada. So there is some reason. So because of that reason, it is taking, the action is taking place like that. So this is the kartavya. It is the duty of that particular karma. So that karma is taking place. So that type of karma, it is considered. That is vamanadi karma. So when we give madana phala, vamana takes place, virechana. When you give through, virechana takes place. It is known. Isn't it? It is not adrishta karma. So not for adrishta karma. Ityuktam karanam. By this, the karana, dravya and karana of explanation of Ayurveda, everything is explained. Prakarana upasamharati. By this the prakarana of Ayurveda avatarana and all is completed. Iti samapto tena etad ava samanyadi shatka sarvasyeva karyajatasya karanam na anyat karanam asti. So whatever karya dravyas are there, for that, other than these things, samanya vishesha, nava karana dravya, whatever we explained so far, are only responsible. Other than these, there will be no na anyat karanam asti. Other than these, whatever discussed so far, there will be no other reasons are existing. So now we will close this here. So if you have any queries, please write in comments, and your suggestions also, if you feel anything about this one. There was some, like I had mouth ulcer, so there was pronunciation problem and all. So hope I will be ready for perfect for Thursday session. So thank you for watching, and please share the information about this Charaka Samhita Pathana to all your friends and others whom you feel it will help. And take care, study well, happy learning, stay healthy, read and forget, but don't forget to read. Thank you for watching the video. See you with next session on coming Thursday at 6 p.m. Thank you for watching once again. Namaste. Thank you.